Oh, I think we're live. YouTube today seems to have done something slightly different. So now I'm not totally sure if it's working. So apologies if it is working and I'm just talking to you randomly here. This week we have a couple things to talk about. Before we do, I guess I need to share this out to the world. But while I'm doing that, I'll kind of explain the plan for today. Today, I haven't gotten Ned on the line. Not sure where he is. It's possible we didn't talk too soon about this, so it's possible we just two roving ships in the night, if you will. Oh, and one other thing before I get rolling, I want to set up these pictures here. All right, play. Yep, there we go. Anyway, Ned's not here at the moment, but I wanted to go ahead and get started because there's some pretty cool stuff going on in the world of Kodi, and I thought everyone would love to see that. So, what we're going to talk about today is artwork in Kodi, which you can see right here, as well as some other really cool things going on these days. With that said, let me go ahead and finish sharing. We'll go ahead and publish there. And almost done. Oh, this is very boring. Apologies to everyone who's watching this right now. I didn't realize that YouTube would share so quickly. Anyway, so we're talking about artwork and all kinds of other cool things. But most importantly, we're talking about gaming in Kodi this week. And I'll get into that here in a second. So, once again, hello. I'm Nate. What's up, guys? If Ned joins me, that'll be sweet. If he doesn't, we'll deal with it because this week I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Most importantly, Retroplayer, which I'll get to in a sec here. But before we get to Retroplayer, I wanted to talk about this right here, and actually all of the skins you're looking at the moment. These are wallpapers made by Sam Fisher, who you probably know as well, that's his name, Sam Fisher. He's one of the guys who really contributed to Kodi's artwork scene back in the day. When we needed artists to put together the logo for Kodi, he was man number one on the spot, and he did some really amazing work. And evidently he hasn't stopped because we've now got all these cool backgrounds that I think they're mostly intended to be used as backgrounds for users who are using it on their desktop, but I think they're really amazing. So we've got this one here. There's this cool one, a gray version of it, and this might be my favorite. I don't know how he did this, but it's really incredible. And to see that in action, let's flip over here to Chrome. Let's see. I might have to add a new picture here. All right. Flipping over to Chrome. If you go over to the forum, and it's under Kodi related discussions, and I'll also include a picture or a link down below once we're all done with this. But if you go over to the forum and the Kodi fan art and wallpaper, you can easily find all the ones he's uploaded, and you can grab just about any kind you want. He's uploaded all the way up to UHD 2160p. So I mean, that covers just about every monitor out there. If you have some crazy monitor that needs more than that, I mean, first of all, kudos to you. But mostly, that's probably more than we can handle. You're going to have to learn to up-res from 2160p, which I think is the same thing as 4K. you know, whatever. I don't know. They call it Ultra HD, UHD. Anyway, here they are. All are. Oh, and the other cool thing is he made a couple different of these brick wallpapers. There's that one, but there's also this one of like I think a subway and a lady sitting on a bench. I don't know. I think they're all cool, so you should check them out. This one's probably my favorite, the Kodi traffic sign, but you know, whatever. Whichever one you like the most is cool by me. Chat. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, I think I've found chat. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, yeah, you can see it. All right, chat's up and running. It took way too long to share that though, so if nobody pops on, no problem. Anyway, let's keep going because we've got stuff to talk about. So this week I want to talk about Retroplayer, which I've talked about a bunch of times before, but this week things have changed a little bit. Garrett or Garbear has uploaded a lot of cool new stuff, and I just kind of wanted to go through, first of all, actually setting up Retroplayer for the first time, and then how to go about actually getting stuff without using torrents or anything like that. So to start out, I guess we can talk about setting up Retroplayer. So let's exit out of here. First things first, you need a controller. I'm using the Xbox 360 controller hooked up to my Windows PC. So what you do is you plug it in or turn it on, and let's flip over here. Me and Kodi. Yeah. Once you plug it in, let's unplug it. You can see it actually shows you what device is connected. I'm plugging mine back in and turning it on, and it says new device available. Problem is, at least at the moment, the controller can't actually do anything. You have to set it up yourself. My understanding is that Garrett eventually plans to fix that, but for now you have to set it up yourself. Welcome to beta software. So what you do is you go to Games, Input, Configure Games Controllers, then Default, then you press your buttons. So A, B, X, Y, Start, Back, Guide, left shoulder, left thumb, right thumb, up, down, right, left trigger, right trigger, move left stick up, move left stick right, move right stick up, move right stick right. Oh no. Okay, I may have accidentally broken some stuff. I don't know. But now we can control Kodi. So that part works. So here's the next step. We go back to Games. Oh, yep, I broke some things. All right. Configure default A, B, X, Y. All right. All right. So now it should be working. So now what we need to do is configure whichever game we're going to be using. So let's say NES. Press A. And as you can see up here, there's actually a picture of the NES controller. So what you want to do is press the button that you think correlates to the one that you're pressing. So for me, A does equal A. But for me, B would be X. So I'll hit X. Then start, select, up, down, right, left. Pretty much like it is already. At the moment, there is an SNES player that theoretically works, but I haven't been able to get it to work, so we're going to ignore that. We'll stick with NES for now. We could also theoretically do Game Boy Advanced, so we'll do that one too. A, B, start, select, left bumper, right bumper, up, down, right, left. Okay, so that should be working. So now we go back to Games, and now here's where it gets neat. So there are two ways to get games in the world. You can either actually get them, and here I'll show you how to do that right now. What you do is you go over to some internet place, eBay or whatever, and get this thing called the Retrode, which actually lets you directly copy a game from your cartridge or whatever to your system. This is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like it a lot. I actually have a couple, but I gave one to Garrett because I thought it was so neat. And as far as I can tell, at least in the U.S., in the U.K., my apologies, you can't do anything there anymore. It's all illegal. Don't use iTunes; they'll probably arrest you. But everywhere else, as far as I can tell, this is perfectly legal because the big rule is you're not allowed to strip DRM, and at least in console games, DRM didn't exist until like 98 or 99 with the PlayStation or PlayStation 2 or something, whichever one requires the BIOS. So every game before that didn't require DRM, and so should be working pretty much great. For those of you watching, feel free to comment in the chat and let me know if I'm wrong. Nintendo does say that this is all illegal, but I mean, Nintendo would say that, right? That's like their stance. If format shifting were illegal, then iTunes would be illegal because it would mean you couldn't rip a CD. Which, once again, in the UK, evidently, you can't rip a CD anymore. But everywhere else, audio CD ripping is perfectly legitimate. So anyway, you rip it onto this controller, and I've actually done that for a couple games. I stored them in about 20 million different ways, but let's see, add games, browse. Please ignore my very cluttered mess here. I don't remember where I put everything. Where did I put everything? I think maybe I was on the right track. Oh, here we go, ROMs. So that's where I ripped everything. Click OK, ROMs, NES. And I saved them both as NES and zip files. Evidently, the zip file doesn't work at the moment because the way Retroplayer works, it doesn't support VFS. Let's flip over to me and Kodi so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So here are the games that I've got ripped. You can actually buy these at basically every CD trade post because they're ridiculously cheap anymore. Though, if this becomes popular, maybe they won't be. But the simple way to get going is you just click the game, and then I always use Nestopia because it's working the best at the moment for me. I don't know if that's just for me or if that's for everybody. But you click it, and it goes. Shoot, that's pretty loud. Oh, and you can control the sound like this. Okay. So there's the game playing. I can't get it to do anything. Oh, evidently you have to hit select. Okay. Boy, Double Dragon has some weird controls. So here's where it gets really neat. This is so boring. I'm not going to use this one. Let's use DuckTales. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, so here's a standard DuckTales game, and as you can see, it has no problem. All the controls are pretty much like you'd expect them to be. But here's where it gets cool. I'm going to intentionally get hurt, and then I'm going to rewind. That's right. With Retroplayer, because it's just standard Kodi's video player system, where the emulator is actually rendering to the video player. You're essentially playing a video, so you can rewind. So I got those. Let's rewind a couple seconds, and we're back here. So there's Retroplayer in a nutshell. It's just about the coolest thing on the planet. At the moment, I'm not sure how to save state or if that's even possible. And for those of you wondering, rewind is this one right here. This one controls volume. And everything else works pretty much how you'd expect. And to stop, you press the B button, just like how you'd stop on a regular video. And so we're back. Oh. Oh, and Ned is available. Let's see if we can pop him in. Anyway, so that's how you play. That's how you play Retroplayer with ROMs. You can also do it in a totally different way. First, let me see. Hey Ned, do you want me to pop you in? We'll see. We'll see if he gets back here. Looks like he's been working on stuff. So, no problem. If he's in, cool. If not, not a problem. The other way you can get games, though, is really... It's evidently legal, which blows my mind. But that could be just for now. I have genuinely no idea. So what you do is you go to Games and Add-ons, and I've already done the installing on this one, but I'll show you how to do it yourself. So you flip over. Oops, that's not good. Okay, there we go. So you flip over to the Retroplayer area in the Kodi forum, and once again, I'll link to all this. Oh, and I guess I should say, if you want to participate in any of this, what you need to do is go to the Retroplayer area, and it's sticky to the top. It's called Retroplayer Test Builds, updated for Isengard. The most recent one actually came out today. As I understand it, at the moment, Garrett is currently working on getting Super Nintendo to work, because the one that's working right now, BSNES, I can't get it to work at all. Oh, sorry, Ned. I mean, do you want to join the video? Anyway, you can go here. The build is here. That's just the OS 10 one. Here's one for Windows and OS 10. Yeah. I mean, you can do it. You just install it that way. But then what you do is you go back to Retroplayer. Here's the full list. And here's the work in progress Internet Archive ROM launcher, which is right here. And at the moment, it's not available on Kodi's within Kodi's repo. So what you need to do is, where do you get it? You install the zip from here, and that will install it just the regular way you would install a zip. If you don't know how to install a zip, there are about 1,000 videos online showing how to do it. But once you've installed the zip, you click it, and then you select which system you want to work. Okay, you select which system you want to work with. I'm doing NES because I know that NES games work. And now I've had problems with this before. This is all pretty much beta software, so apologies if it breaks. But oh shoot, you didn't see what you have to do. So here you are at Games, and then Add-ons, and then Internet Archive ROM Launcher, and then finally Nintendo NES. And here's where, I'll be honest, I genuinely have no idea if this is legal. There's been a lot of stories about the Internet Archive, and that it is actually quite legal, and evidently they can do all kinds of crazy things, like you can actually play the games directly from the website in a perfectly legal way, which, blows my mind. If that's the case, then hooray, and that's really cool. If it's not, I guess eventually we'll find out. And then maybe there'll be lawsuits, maybe there won't. I have no idea. But for now, we're going on the guidance of others, and they're saying it's legal, so we're going to go with that. And so you scroll through, and you look for whatever game you're looking for. When I was young, I thought The Adventures of Bayou Billy was great. It turns out it's not. I was playing with it earlier, not great. But, I don't know, we'll launch it anyway and see what happens. Oh, and this is what happened last time, too. Storage file is corrupted. Dang it. Oh, wait, maybe it'll work anyway. Nope, definitely not working. Alright, so, whenever the add-on gets updated and doesn't break, you'll be able to go this way, too. Maybe, is there something I'm doing wrong? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. somewhere or another in this settings, I'm not able to launch anymore. I was able to launch for a while, but I'm not now. Anyway, the point is, there's a big, enormous, crazy list of Nintendo and every other kind of game you can possibly imagine on the Internet Archive. From, admittedly, these are all very much older games, but they're all theoretically available for you to try out and play. I don't know. Like I said, evidently this is legal, but it feels weird to me to do it this way. My suggestion, I mean, you can do this, but my suggestion is to, at some point, if you're actually going to play a game all the way through, maybe actually go to a CD trade post or wherever you go to buy games, and look and see if that game's actually available and actually pay for it. I know it's like third or fourth hand at this point, but I feel weird about playing these games without having an actual physical copy of it, personally. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But the launcher seems to work really well, except for right now when I'm trying to show it off and it's broken. So apologies there. But beyond that, it's pretty. I don't know, man. The whole system's really cool. So let's go back to files again. Oh, see, I broke the whole thing now. Well, I guess alpha software, right? So anyway, oh, there it goes. Okay. NES. So anyway, in my opinion, this is all really cool stuff. This is very much going to change the way we do a lot of things. And I don't know. I don't have enough superlatives to talk about this. I think if you guys are interested, once this gets to the point where it actually starts working really well, and I don't have to worry about hiccups like entire things breaking, I'm genuinely thinking about starting a gaming series where we actually play through some of these games all the way from start to finish on the Retroplayer. Needless to say, before we can do that, except for the smaller games, we're probably going to need to figure out how to do save states. I think that they're already available, but I could be wrong. I might just not know how to set them up. But until then, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Well, I think that's just about all I've got to say this week. There's really not much going on. Nope, definitely don't want to. Definitely that's breaking now. There's really not much going on, and I think next week we'll probably talk a little bit about alpha, but for now, I mean, it's been great talking to you guys, but I kind of want to get to some gaming. Wow, that might just be me. So, all right, so anyway, this has been fun. I hope you guys check out Retroplayer. Maybe if you're only if you're a tester and know how to submit a debug log, check it out. For those of you who really need things to work before you take a look at them, probably wait a couple more weeks. We've got some bugs to iron out. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get playing. So you guys have a good night.